Welcome back to Taylor Talks. I am Brad.
And I'm Will.
And today we're doing an extra special Taylor Talks. We're actually doing a mailbag Q&A. We do these every 5-6 podcasts. And throughout the year, we'll get questions. Instagram, email, questions. Yeah, we'll get quite a few. So if you submitted these 3 months ago, I apologize. But we'll get them, and then we'll usually do a mailbag episode to go through them. If you haven't listened to the podcast yet, and this is your first time and you're live, it is on YouTube. It's on all of our channels, so make sure you go back and check those out. But we're excited to be here today.
Indeed.
And also, extra special day, we have Mr. Cullen, young Cullen, behind the camera.
Hello, I'm on the microphone as well.
Yes.
Cullen Door.
And we've got our team here. We'll shout out Seventh Peak Marketing. You should give a shout of that.
Totally.
Give a shout of them, Cullen. Yeah. There we go.
Now we're talking.
But thanks, Cullen, for being here. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for always doing the podcast. It's time. We always do this. A wrist check. What are we wearing today?
Ooh,
On the wrist.
1967 Omega Seamaster Cosmic. So a little different for me today. This
Awesome.
dreary, rainy weather. And yourself, sir.
Cullen. What are you wearing, Cullen?
This morning, and the only watch I own that is of luxury caliber is a 1980s Oyster Quartz Datejust by Rolex.
Oh, very
inherited
nice.
down the Door family tree from my dear grandpa, who's still with us this day and loves to see me wear it.
Oh, that's so special.
Excited.
That's awesome. That's why you buy a watch, folks. And for me, a 1990s Datejust with a Tiffany & Co. double stamp.
All right, Brad. All right.
And I've got it on a leather strap.
So good.
Leather strap only. So today, last time we did mailbag, we did not have Cullen here. And so we read the questions, but today Cullen's going to help us out. So really simple. We've got questions already submitted. We had a lot come in last night as well. And then if you're on the live, you can ask a question too, and we might get to it. We'll try and get to it. All right, Cullen.
For some of the newer listeners, whether they're live or listening to the pod on our many platforms, can you just give a quick version of how OMJ actually started?
Yes. Felipe, who is not here. This is not Felipe. But Felipe
Always here in spirit.
Felipe and I were college roommates, and he was very into fashion. I was not. I was a business guy. I was a finance guy. But we wanted to start a business. We graduated. We said we're too young and probably dumb to start a business, so we went and got jobs, and we reconnected 5 years later, and we started Old Mason Jar. It was very casual, upscale casual, think Billy Reed, think J. Crew-ish, button-downs, ties, polos, and we started online only, and this was 2013. We just did everything ourselves. Some was great, some was terrible. And then over the years, we just gradually grew. And then we got into custom suiting, and we've just evolved. And here we are today. We're in our South End showroom, 1930 Camden Road. Come check us out if you haven't.
Suite 125.
And we still do casual, button-downs, ties. We do those things. We do sell online. But the bulk of what we do now is custom clothing.
Very cool. So going to our next question is, what makes OMJ different than...
I'm going to let Will answer part of this because Will and I went to elementary school, high school together. So Will's seen this from a different angle for a long time. And Will's also a true clothing expert. So I'm actually going to let him answer in his words. I have my words that I'll throw in there too, but I'd love Will's answer.
Much too kind. But I tend to think of this, the simple strategy that if you can more or less dream it up, we can make it. So, right, that from a personalization standpoint, customization standpoint, there just aren't any other brands out there doing what we're doing. Again, if it's something that you can dream up, we can make it a reality. And I think that's what sets us apart. There are very few times where Brad has said, I don't know, right? He always finds a way.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I would say most brands are one of the two. They're either too big for it to make any sense whatsoever to do it. So we're talking about if somebody came in and said, I want a jacket, one sleeve, I want it red, one sleeve yellow. There is somebody that would want that, believe it or not. Bigger brands are too big. It's not worth their time. They're going to say no. Smaller brands probably don't have the capability to do that, whether that be from a factory, a know-how, a technical. And so for me, I will say this. We are a very technical shop. Of course, we are a creative shop. And again, Felipe is an incredibly talented designer. Will knows so much about fashion, the world of clothing. A lot of the team, everybody on the team is very knowledgeable in that, especially in the creative space. I do love the creative side, but I am way more technical than most clothiers are going to be. Most clothing guys, they're design guys, and they're big picture guys, they're creative guys. I'm a technical guy. And what I mean by that is the pattern and the garment, making a garment. To me, it is a design, but I see a pattern, I see numbers, and I think of like an AutoCAD, right? A blueprint. I see a blueprint, and so you have a suit, and if you are designing that suit, if we're designing that suit, I'm looking at it from a technical perspective. How are the shoulders? Are they forward? Are they back? How are the sleeves? How is that person's stance? Like all those things matter, and when we make a garment and we cut those shoulders, we're cutting them high, low, back, forward. We're choosing how we're putting that sleeve head on the garment. When we are taking in a garment, right? If you're taking in the middle, the garment from a factory perspective doesn't just come in the middle. It comes in a little higher than the middle and a little lower than the middle. So we have to take all those things in consideration. And so I would say from a clothing company perspective, that's really where I think OMJ shines as well, is that we're more technical than any of our competition.
And it's a testament to your abilities as well. I'm wearing a suit that I had made or cut in 2020.
COVID suit. Will felt bad for us, so he got a suit.
Doing just
nobody
fine.
else was buying a suit. Yeah.
So with all these different technicalities and hurdles you might have to jump through with owning a business, what were some of the biggest mistakes maybe you guys made early on in the business that you had to learn from, or maybe one mistake that stood out among the rest where you learned the biggest lesson?
So, I've told this story. In my mind, it was the field of dreams. If you build it, they will come. That was what I always imagined. If we build this clothing brand, the people will come. It is not like that in real life. It is not if you build it, they will come. And so early on, like the first year, that was a very hard thing for us to navigate. You think if we build this, all of our friends will come buy it. Will came to buy, but it was the most important thing for us, but it's not the most important thing for anybody else. And just because we create a clothing brand doesn't mean people are going to buy it. We have to, this is what we learned, we have to give them a reason to come buy it. We can't just say, oh, we started OMJ, come buy it. We have to give them a reason to come. And so, call it the reverse field of dreams. But if you give them a reason to come and you continue to do, that's how you get people through the door. You can't just make it and expect everybody to come. They've got more important things in life. You got to make a difference. You got to give them the reason. Yeah. And
Definitely. And it's instilled my sort of faith in community, too.
Yep.
So on the flip side of it is look at this, the community, the greater community that we've ultimately created. And without that community, we wouldn't be who we are today.
yeah, and I'll say there were people who I never thought would be interested in this who have been very loyal supporters. So we're very thankful to that, but there's probably, I'm not 13 years later, I'm no longer bitter, but there's a couple folks I went to college with, never bought anything. That's okay. We didn't give them enough reason to.
But we're here.
But we're here. We're still waiting. We're still waiting on you.
Awesome. This next question comes from Michael S. He asks, what is one tailored piece of clothing every guy needs to survive the summer heat, but still look put together?
Ooh. So for me, it always goes back to an unstructured jacket of sorts, a sport coat, perhaps that has a linen component to it, and perhaps even some silk, cotton perhaps as well, but not anything that's necessarily too specific, too peacock-oriented, if you will. Likely in a nice navy, I think would serve you very well. You, Brad?
Yeah, I think putting to the side this idea that it's hot outside, I don't have to wear a jacket. That's kind of my thing, is like, hey, there's jackets that it's really no different than wearing a shirt. It is another layer, but I find the summer is a great time to rise to the top. Nobody else is wearing a jacket, and sometimes you don't need to. I'm not saying wear a jacket to the grocery store, but well, maybe. But if you're going to a business event or any event, to me, get out of the mindset, it's hot, I don't need to wear a jacket, and I'll wear just this button down and khaki pants. Put a jacket on, you're going to stand out even more, and you're just going to level up even more, because not many people are doing it.
Yeah, definitely. I love that.
Awesome. This next question comes from Jamie T. and is, what does OMJ do to give back to the community?
No, thanks, Jamie. So from day one, OMJ has always been, that's been a central component of what we created the company for. I can remember I was sitting in church in 2011 and being moved to start this, with a big piece of that being start this and give back. And so we've always given back, and we've done that in a lot of different ways. Anybody that's run a silent auction for any sort of charity can probably attest. If you ask us, hey, do you have anything you can donate to this auction? We're always down to give something, a custom shirt or custom shirt experience or something like that. We've given out so much stuff. We've had school PTOs from Ohio ask, and that's great. But in what we've realized is our best bet for giving back is in the Charlotte community. So Will and I both are on several nonprofit boards. I myself, the nonprofits are the Gaston County Education Foundation, the Charlotte Economics Club. We work a lot with Thompson on their development committee. And so at OMJ, we have 3 pillars. Those 3 pillars are men, women, and children. And so we have tied into organizations in those pillars that help kids, that help men, that help women. A lot of that, if we can tie it to a clothing component, for instance, like crisis assistance ministry, we always are donating suiting that we get that either people donate to us or just things that come in that just don't work out, right? Dress for Success Charlotte is one that we've really worked over the years and looking forward to continuing that partnership. And then Thompson is huge here in the Charlotte market in terms of from a kid, like families and kids and foster care. And that's probably 2025 was our biggest year for giving back with Thompson. So we do a lot. We've never said no. I think I've never said no to anybody asking for anything from a give back. Yeah. We are a small company, though.
But that goes across the board. There's no hierarchy to the decision making. Everyone here knows that it's a yes.
There's always a yes.
And I'll say as well, we have a lot of fun in the process. So especially with our recent Thompson event.
That was great.
That was awesome.
That was great.
Had a little bourbon, some good food.
Yes. A lot of bourbon.
Indeed.
Awesome. This next question comes from Anthony R. Anthony asks, what is one accessory that every guy overlooks but might make a huge difference in an outfit?
I'm going with a pocket square. It's just one of those accessories that ultimately elevates a look. And it's so simple. And you don't really have to think too hard on it.
I think it shows intention.
Totally.
It's hard. It's hard as guys, I think, to remember to do a pocket square, so that's okay. If you were an OMJ client and you forgot your pocket square, your jacket lining is built to also be a pocket square.
How cool is that?
We got you covered. Got you covered. Yeah.
Awesome. We got another question circling around pop culture. Sarah C. asks, what is your absolute favorite movie when it comes to wardrobe and styling? I know that you couldn't have picked two better guys to ask this question. No one loves
too many.
both fashion and cinema more than these two.
Oh, dear. This is a loaded question.
Yeah.
I'll piggyback
Ship
on
this to the movie pod.
Exactly.
We did just do myself and Noah Williams, our friend, creative director at Windsor. We just did a podcast 2 weeks ago. We drafted our top movies in fashion. So we kind of answered this, but there's a lot of them.
I've got to go with American Psycho. We're both rereading it right now. So to piggyback on our last podcast episode,
A lot of
it's just-
fashion.
It's
Lot
so
of-
fantastic.
There's a lot of brands, a lot of fashion brands.
It inspired my look today as well.
Among other things. Yes. Yes. American Psycho, that's a great one. I would say, obviously, the Bond movies. That's super easy to go with. Always being inspired by those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And on the topic of James Bond, Daniel F. asks, in lieu of James Bond style, Roger Moore, Sean Connery, Daniel Craig, or Pierce Brosnan? Sorry. Who had the best tailored looks?
Young Cullen, the Bond scholar himself.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
This one's easy for me.
Okay.
It's Pierce.
Ah,
Every day, all day. Brioni, it's the 90s. You had the endorsement with Omega. I'm wearing an Omega today, Seamaster. And I don't know. I don't think there's anyone else out there today even that wears clothes as elegantly as Mr.
yeah,
Pierce
he's
Brosnan.
great. I will say I am a Daniel Craig. I was a Daniel Craig, still am.
More of a physical bond.
Yeah. And I think a lot of that is the Bond movies coming out while we're starting this, right? As we look back on those, I won't say the Pierce era is timeless. The Craig era, you definitely get that trimmer cut. But I think from a nostalgia perspective, that was like what we were creating at the time. So I think that is why it holds a place for me.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Next question is going to be from James W. Being an entrepreneur, I guess James is, he assumes there are many pieces of advice that you were given along the way, both good and bad. And what would you say the best piece of advice that you were given or received, or maybe a piece of advice that you realized yourself throughout the way?
Ooh. All right.
James W. I will say this. This would have been 2012 at an event at Taylor Richards and Conger. Shout out to the TRC guys. Billy Reed was there. So Billy Reed is a guy who's a brand designer, something that we very much look up to, inspired a lot of OMJ. And he was at this event, and I went up to him, and I asked him, I said, how many times has he probably heard this? I'm starting a clothing brand. Any advice? His advice was, don't do it. And we laughed. And I was like, I think he's serious. And then he was like, I'm just kidding. But it's very hard. You're going to have to work really hard, and you can't lose your passion for it. He was like, it's going to take years. And if you have enough passion to do this for years, then you'll be successful. And so that always stuck with me. I've even shared this a few times, and even have connected with them and their team, and they've reshared some of my conversations around this conversation in particular, although I doubt Mr. Reed remembers this conversation. But for me, it always stuck with me because it was kind of like, all right, if we do this, we can't give up as soon as it gets hard. And, I think we've had many a trial and hard times at OMJ. The early days, and then when we're getting our feet under us, then we get to COVID, right? It's just this massive roller coaster. But we've always stayed really passionate about it, and that's sort of what carried us through. I think we're also stubborn to a degree, too, right? I can't give up now. That stuck with me. Yeah. Anything you've gotten from perhaps your grandfather?
Well, they say that familiarity breeds contempt, right? So I want to debunk that adage and say that for me, especially working with Brad and the team, has done the opposite. I've been able to expand on my sort of sartorial studies.
There you go.
But in the process, it's just further enriched my curiosity. And that's honestly a testament to you and what you've built. I'd like to just say that perseverance is key. And there's always something fun and exciting around the corner. Just when you think your cup is full.
Or empty.
Or empty. Exactly. However you want to put that.
And for those that don't know,
it is not.
Yeah, Will's day job is in commercial real estate. He's a team principal at Gray Family Properties. And so he does this for fun. So we're incredibly grateful to have him. And I think truly it's a testament that doing something you love, if you can find something you love doing, it's just really something that you can just do forever.
And
right?
doing it with people you love.
Yes. And we've had many people through on the hiring side. We love some of them.
But I'm not going anywhere.
Okay,
So.
thank you. Yes.
We have at Peak Perform on our Instagram live here. George asks, what's a fashion trend that needs to come back?
That's a great question.
Ooh. I will say this. As much as I adore the 90s and adore these fuller cuts, right? And I am all for classic tailoring and more of a classic fit. Don't forget to have your clothes tailored. There is a silhouette that is a little bit more, I think favorable to certain body types, et cetera. And so it's just nice to see a well-fitted garment.
Tailoring. I think in the mid-2010s, things got very trim. And now things are going very wide. So if you see your bigger brands, it's a baggier, it's a looser clothing. And I think a lot of guys see that and think baggy is fine. But it can still be tailored, right? It's still got to follow the contours of your silhouette. And so I would say tailoring, let's see if I don't mess this up. The really key things to tailoring is, or a great suit is fit, form, and function. So really, you can have, or fit, fabric, and function. That's it, right? So you can have a nice fabric, and if it's not a great fit, it doesn't matter, right? Or you can have a nice fabric and a great fit, and if the function of that fabric is not in alignment with what you're doing, that doesn't make sense. So those are the three things you really want. You want a great tailored fit, a nice fabric, and for the right function. And I think people doing those things with intention is what really matters. Yeah.
You're here.
Absolutely. One question I think would be helpful for the audience is, what would you say to somebody who maybe hasn't done anything in custom that might be wanting to maybe do something for the first time in custom? What's some advice you would give to someone who might be hesitant or might not even know where to start? How can you get your first garment at OMJ?
Gosh, I've got to say, I would start with a simple navy suit or a gray suit, if you will. Something that's going to give you the most versatility. Guys often will ask us this, and I think versatility is key. Something that you can wear with a multitude of different colored shirts. You perhaps can integrate into your current wardrobe, and you can build upon.
To demystify, it can be overwhelming to walk into a custom suit store, especially if you have never done custom. So I would say at OMJ, we want you to come in. We want to be your first stop on that journey. We're going to make it easy, right? You're going to learn. We're going to be excited for you. We're going to steer you right. We're not going to let you get, people can't see this, there's a bright burgundy jacket right here. We're not going to let you get that as a suit. We're going to steer you right. And I think it's fun for us to have new people starting their journey. And everything we do, I think, is aligned. We want, our mission is very simple. Make it easier to get dressed, right? We want to make it easier to get dressed, whether you've never worn a suit, whether you always wear suits, whatever that may be. So you're in safe hands.
Awesome. One of our last questions here to round us out, extremely polarizing in the community, especially in the South. It's been plaguing my mind forever. Loafers, socks or no socks?
That is the question.
Yes. To be or not to be.
There you go. Little Shakespeare.
I love a no sock, but I also own a clothing company. So take that as you may. If you are in a boardroom, you probably need to wear socks. Yeah. I like to wear no socks. Or you could do a no show.
Sure.
But it just kind of depends on what your job is.
It's terrain specific.
Yeah.
For sure.
You can always ask us anytime. Send us a DM for your occasion.
I love a no sock,
Yeah.
but not in December.
Don't tempt me.
All right, Matt Hranek.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We get it. You're good. Yeah.
We're at 30. So this next question comes from Jason M. If you wanted to wear one outfit from a TV show character for the rest of your life, whose wardrobe are you stealing? And Will, why is it Patrick Bateman?
Oh dear. If we're going television,
Yeah.
it's hard not to say Don Draper.
Yeah. That's a great one.
Because we can both agree on that front.
I would
right?
agree on that. I would do a different one. Harvey Specter from Suits. Great
Fantastic.
TV show. If you ever seen it, have to watch it.
So great.
It's on Netflix now, or has been.
This Tom Ford suits.
So good. Yeah.
Don't forget your ticket pocket.
Tickets. Yes.
Awesome. So another question coming from Evan K. What's the actual difference in feel and fit between a decent off-the-rack suit and something that's truly been tailored and is custom to your body?
I think for me in particular, I was at a crossroads probably about a decade or so ago, and Brad and I were chatting, and I had mentioned to him, hey, I'm typically a 38 regular off the rack. However,
And
I
a
was-
38 off the rack fit Will really well. So this next part is very important.
Totally. But I was spending so much time and money getting my clothes altered. So it would always be shortening the sleeves a bit. I tend to have a slightly shorter arm. Or there would be some sort of nuance, perhaps through the waist or what have you. And the same thing was happening with trousers. And so it's those little hallmarks that I think make our fit, perhaps, or custom clothing in general, more advantageous to someone that can't necessarily just wear something off the rack.
And then I would even go to, on the technical side, the inner workings of a jacket. So an off-the-rack jacket, even a really nice off-the-rack jacket, it's not built for that person's stance, right? Their shoulders, all of that. So at the end of the day, no matter what, an off-the-rack jacket, when you take that off, you're going to feel like you've been wearing a jacket all day. Where with a custom, it's going to be an extension of you. And so that's through the inner workings, the canvassing inside a custom jacket is a next level. Usually the fabric is a next level too. So things like the jacket will mold to you over time with a custom jacket, and then the durability of a custom jacket is going to last a lot longer. I say I want the stuff we make for people to last forever, and it will get more comfortable over time, and we're going to advise you, and then, oh, hey, your button comes off. You just bring it back, and we fix it, right?
Sure.
We had a guy, he had a moth in the closet, right? Had a little moth hole in his very nice Drago fabric suit. We fixed it. So those are the things that you get, not only the fit, the technical, but the customer service component too. Yeah.
Awesome. Darren C. asks, what's a common fitting mistake that men make? Maybe it's something being a little too snug, maybe something being too boxy. And then how does custom fix that?
I think, again, you should strike a balance, right? There are a lot of different trends out there. I would say, or I would advise rather, to not lean into one more than the other, and to try and find some sort of in between, so that you do get more longevity out of the garment. And I think from a fit perspective, you'll be able to tell the difference immediately as well.
Yeah, I think guys just don't know, right? I think that's the bigger problem, is guys just don't know for the most part. But it's hard, right? It's hard to know what to wear, especially if you're focused on your career and family and life and all that stuff. Any more questions from the live?
Nothing from the live, but David L. asks, what is your wildest customer story, perhaps your biggest customer pet peeve?
Pet peeve, Londi, she's staring at us. Make an appointment. She's nodding. That was the right answer. Make an appointment, especially now. It's different if you're just coming in, checking us out. If you come in, we make a suit for you, we let you know your suit is in, please, we're going to tell you when it comes in, we're going to give you an appointment link, we're going to tell you, hey, schedule an appointment. Please schedule the appointment or coordinate with us to schedule that appointment, because when you just pop in, it either takes away from another client and their experience, but it's always going to take away from your experience as well. We're not ready. We're not prepared. You might have to wait. We don't like that. It's unnerving. It gives us anxiety. Now, Brad's mad. Now, Londi's mad. We don't want Londi upset. It's just better if we just follow the rules. And again, it's a luxury custom experience. We want the best experience possible for you. Let us help you. I would say that's it.
Yeah, and it's such a time-sensitive business as well. So I would just say to give yourself plenty of time. That really helps us, better informs decisions, and we can better serve you overall.
Yeah.
Awesome. And
We're out of time, guys, but we'll do this again. Trust me. We'll do more mailbags in the future. Remember, submit your questions, subscribe, come see us.
We're here for you.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Usually I'm clean shaven.
Oh,
and
I'm not.
But today I was trying to imitate our sartorial scion over here, Mr. Bradley Ryan.
The 5 o'clock shadow.
Mr. Big Shot CEO.
We've got a 5 o'clock shadow.